But excuse the slightly dishevelled look. I feel like I've been dragged around backwards this morning. Oh, we're a little bit back to front this morning. I thought we'd start here, which is actually after I've done some photography. Because I wanted to catch up with you guys and girls about a couple of things. First off, had a great initial response to my request for images so that I can do your video towards Christmas time. Please keep them coming through. The email address I'll pop below, it's lynnejphotography@outlook.com. They don't have to be anything world-beating, but they can be if you so desire. They can be any genre you like, from pet portraitures to a phone snap, to an amazing vista or a waterfall, but it needs to mean something to you. Something that sparked your emotions when you saw it, took your breath away, has a poignant meaning for you. A couple of words to say where it was, where you're from. I know YouTube is global, still blows my mind that. So yeah, just a couple of words about yourself, where the image was taken, why it's special to you, and I shall put together your video towards the end of the year. So thanks for that. And secondly, I am debating to put out Less is More Volume 3 this year. I've looked at a new supplier, which means I should be able to reduce the price slightly, and hopefully it'll be even better quality. It might be slightly different in terms of paper types and finish, because as I say, it is a different supplier. But I am looking at producing 50 this year. And as I say, because I'm buying more of them, I'm buying in bulk, I should be able to get a slightly better deal. So if you're really interested in a copy of Less is More, Volume 3, drop a note below so I know whether to actually do it. I'm going to do some for me and a couple of friends, but if I increase the amount I'm buying, I will get them a little bit better price. They'll come in the usual little black presentation box that I've supplied the others in. So if you've got volumes 1 and 2 and you want the third one, then in that respect they'll look the same, so your collection will be the same. So on with today's video. I have a feeling it's going to be really short. I came to this location for a specific reason. That all went somewhat pear-shaped. You'll see what I mean. Well, hello. How are we all doing this morning? My plan A didn't work. This is a location that I've wanted to shoot, excuse me, for, I can't tell you how long. I'm not going to get grumpy, I'm really not. So, the story so far, I am in Weston-super-Mare. I have come down specifically to shoot one item, and the tide isn't quite high enough today. So I'm in a location I don't know. I've done no research, my bad. So I'm scouting around hurriedly for something else to shoot. Some beautiful curves in the architecture, in the walls, but nothing that's got the tide high enough. I'm not even sure the tide comes up that high. Some lovely buildings, but I can't get a decent background, and we're getting some sunrise colour. Oh, that's beginning to light up. So I've picked on an object in the water. No prizes for guessing what that'll be. Oh, that's phenomenal. That's wonderful. Right, I'm just going to tilt that up in the hope that we can get some of that colour. And what drew me to this particular subject is the dark background. The sky is horrifically dark in the distance. The water is quite light. It's a mucky flipping brown colour. Oh, it's beginning to light up phenomenally. I'm going to have to go because I need to see if this composition's working. Back in a minute. That sky coloured up so quickly and it came from absolutely nowhere. It had been dark, foreboding clouds. What a cracking word that is, foreboding. since I arrived. And then all of a sudden, just as I said to you, it's starting to colour up. It just went. Now, unfortunately, because I wanted a smooth sea, sorry, I'm just fiddling with a different composition here. Yeah, I can quite live with that, I think. I wanted a smooth water. Sorry, looking at that composition, completely forgot what I was saying. There's some amazing streaks coming out. This little camera that I'm videoing on won't pick that up, but that's awesome. It looks like somebody is on the very edge of the horizon shining a torch up into the sky. That's amazing. Oh, I've forgotten where I'm at again. Where am I? Yes, this composition. When I arrived, the sky was really foreboding, like that word. And the yellow triangular sign, quite like that, just popped out against the darker background. I thought, that'll do. Because I haven't done any planning and I don't know what else I can shoot, I'm going to go for that. And I'm just going to go back to it. Landscape orientation doesn't work with that, so we're going to go with a portrait. And I'm going to stick that up there. There's some horrible clouds up there now that just aren't going to work. So just take that off a second. I'm thinking square crop. Yeah, that's focused. Because I wanted to capture the colour, I thought, I'm really not going to need, let's take the 0.3 out, that's better. I didn't want the 6-stop in, because that would just have blurred the colour. So I went to, I think it was f20, and ISO 100, and I'd got the 0.6 grad in, I'd pulled the 0.3 all the way down. I've got the polarizer turned off, not ideal conditions for a polarizer. It would probably help if I actually set the camera running, really, wouldn't it? That'll do. Going to f20, because there's nothing in there apart from that post, I wasn't worried about diffraction or whatever the problems are you get at the lower f-stops. Higher f-stops. And that got me up to 10 seconds, which smoothed the water sufficiently to keep me happy, but it also picked up the colour. There was no movement in the cloud at that point. So that worked really well. It's amazing what you can find. Now I'm going to go and have a look under the pier. Yeah, that just doesn't work at all now. When I started shooting that little marker post, it worked perfectly, but it's not anymore. An odd morning, not what I'd expected, but I'm quite pleased with the 2 images that I took of the solitary marker post. I loved the fact that the triangle sign was a bit bent and battered, and the yellow just absolutely popped beautifully. I did take a wander down under the pier, but it was too busy. There was lots of cross members coming in at angles, and there wasn't really anything to see. I don't know if that makes sense. And that's it. I'm off to have a good old explore. I'm getting the distinct feeling that this weekend may not be what I was expecting, but there's 2 or 3 locations that I want to have a nosy round. I'm hoping that the conditions are correct for taking the images I want to get, but I'm not holding my breath. Because it wasn't right this morning, I get the feeling that's going to be the case all the way down the line with the 3 or 4 locations that I've found. But I'm not disheartened. Any day out with the camera is good. Well, good afternoon. Or good early evening, whichever way you want to put it. I've spent most of the day recceing locations for future shoots. Excuse me, there's an incoming tide and I've just lost the spot that I wanted to be at. I've learned a lot today about what tide heights I need, so I shall be better prepared. And there's really soft mud around here as well. Oh God. I've come down to Portishead Lighthouse, which you might just be able to see over my right shoulder. It's not the most attractive of lighthouses, but I'm going to put you down now and get a shot before the sun dips behind that bank of cloud and I lose all the light that's on it. Back in a jiff. Now I'm fully aware you probably can't see me, but I'm in a very precarious position. I'm about to lose my little spot, so I'm trying to rush a little bit. I need a 0.6, that's the one. My bag is well out of the way over there, and I have set up portrait orientation. Fingers all over me filters, which is not good. We've got some nice cloud cover coming. That's just tilted that down enough. I've got some rocks coming in at angles. Where's my filter? That'll do. And I put that in the wrong side. And every time you try and rush, it really doesn't work. And I'd like to get this shot before. That's a 0.3, so that's no good. Yes, you really shouldn't rush. I've just pulled out my 0.3 instead of my 0.6 because I put it back in the wrong pigging hole. My foot's about to get very wet. That's the one. Right, so I want it in the second slot, or the third slot, I'm not fussed. That's better. It's going to be slightly difficult to filter for because I'm almost seeing the sun. I'm going to pop that one in. Yeah, I'm definitely going to end up with a blown spot. But nothing ventured, nothing gained. Pop it onto Manuel and leave it on timer while I finish fiddling with these. So I'm hoping this little bit of rock, oh my God, there's earwigs or something. I haven't even got in here. I think I might just manage to get the last little bit of light on the lighthouse. I'm going to stay here tonight and shoot sunrise because from the other side it's much prettier. This is very much, it'll have to do. There's a horrible concrete wiggle going through here, which if it was wet and intact wouldn't be too bad, but there's bits of it missing and it's dry. And they're flipping heck, they're horrible. They're not earwigs, they're not cockroaches, similar to woodlice. What the hell woodlice are doing down here? God only knows. It's very, oh my God, there's huge ones. Oh, I can almost feel them running up my legs. We're beginning to get some sun, or some sky rather. I thought it might kick off. It's kicking off even better in that direction. Tomorrow morning we're not going to have any sunrise. Well, we're going to have sunrise obviously, but we're not going to get any colour. I have a feeling I shouldn't have put this hen stop on. Oh, actually, as moody images go, I quite like that. But because I don't really want, no, I'm not really aiming for mood. I was just aiming for a slightly longer exposure. I'm going to just pop that in there. Oh! Oh God, they're horrible. I wonder, do they do is there a sea version of woodlice? It's very strange. Put the 6 stop in because I want a little more colour and a little less moodiness, if that makes sense. Set that right. I quite like that. I think we're all in focus. I'm shooting on the Takina 11-16 because I wanted something wide enough to catch the water and the waves, and my foot is getting very wet and I'm just having to keep a very close eye on my tripod because it is about to get whooshed away. Well, it's a beautiful evening. The wind's just started picking up, which is a little bit irritating, but it's giving some motion in the water, which is really good. Ah, yes, I see. Right, so F8, 13 seconds. Got some nice drama in the sky. Yeah, and now I think it is time to move. Oh, yes. Because I can see where my bag is. Oh, I'm going to have to stop now and do a runner because my bag is about to get cut off. Oh.